Alrighty, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph, here for video number 3. And there goes the ever-popular motorcycle. Alright, video number 3 on your Wrestlemania Saturday, April the 19th, 2025. Thank you for watching this particular video on the very dark and mysterious Shadows Lair 2.0. And this is episode number 67 of the Shadows Lair 2.0 series. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. All the links are down below in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as my pants. So subscribe to them, leave a comment on the videos if you like, but don't leave stupid comments because you're going to get blocked and sent to the Shadow Realm where Satan will cut off your head and eat your soul. So please do not do that. Do it on your dead channel. And that's that. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say about that. And if you're brand new here, welcome to the party, pal. You grab yourself a cold one and enjoy the show. That's that. Alright, WrestleMania is coming up in about a half hour from now. Mets are up 3-0, top of the ninth. Edwin Diaz, trying to notch his 5th save of the year, hopefully. But we'll see what happens with him. And we always have to get the Metamucil ready, so we get that. But anyway, hope everybody's having a great Saturday. And I hope you have a great Saturday night, enjoying WrestleMania Night 1. And we're gonna get into it. Alright, so this is your official WrestleMania 41 predictions for Night 1 and 2. So, WrestleMania emanates from Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight and tomorrow night, gonna be an epic show. For the show of shows, the biggest party of the year, or the biggest event of the year for WWE. Yout Zeta! And that's that. Alright, so I'm going to run down the card from top to bottom from the Wikipedia page, as always, for Night 1 and 2. And that's that. Alright, so we're going to start off with Walter. Defending the World Heavyweight title against the Yeet Man, Mr. Jey Uso, who's gonna come out with the Las Vegas cheerleaders in his special entrance. That should be good. Walter's beat Jey 3 straight times now, and Jey winning the Royal Rumble, shockingly. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. But he shockingly wins the Royal Rumble. And I was thinking he would face Cody, but he wanted another shot at Walter. And for the past few weeks, Walter was just beating the shit out of him. And then we saw Jimmy slap the taste out of Walter's mouth, I think in London or Spain. And then the week after that, Walter beat Jimmy so bad, busted him wide open, right in front of Jey. And then we saw, last week, Jey came out in all black, and basically knocked the microphone out of Walter's hands. He's like, I don't fear you, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna finally beat you, I'm gonna put you down, and I'm going to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. And as we saw on Monday, Walter's like, I'm going to beat you for a 4th time, and then I'm going to go call my mama. And that's that. And then Jey basically came out in black once again, and, yeet. And that's that. He didn't really say much. That's that. So it's going to come to a head. And I'm going with Jey Uso to win. He's finally going to win the big one. They're going to pull the trigger with Jey. He's going to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Is he going to hold it long? Probably not. Because remember his last reign as champion when he held the Intercontinental title, which was for 20 some odd days. And then he was champion with Cody for tag team champion with Cody for 28 days. Wasn't that long either, so I don't know if he's going to hold it for a month or two, and then maybe Walter gets it back, or somebody gets it from him. You're out. Alright. Diaz gets the first two guys out. One looking and one looking and one swinging. Alright, so the Cardinals are down to the last strike. Diaz looking to put this one to bed and give the Mets a series win. As they got one more tomorrow, so let's see if the Mets can, they win this game. They can go for the sweep in St. Louis. They can sweep St. Louis tomorrow at 1:40 at Citi Field, and then I think the Filthies come in on Monday. So we got that. So that's going to be a big series on Monday with the Filthies battle for first place. So before the Mets go to Washington, then come back for Arizona, then go back out on the road to face St. Louis and Arizona, so a flip-flop in the weeks to come. So we got that. Alright, 2 strikes. It's 1-2 on the batter. Pozo. Ground ball to Lindor. He got it. Throws the first. In time for the out. The Mets win! Yeah! 3 in a row for the Mets. Coming off a 3-3 road trip where they took 2 or 3 from the A's and then lost 2 or 3 to the Minnesota Twinkies. So they're back. They're back on the winning track. 3 in a row at home, where they've been doing very good shit. Soto with an RBI single. Alonso with a home run to the second deck. So we got that. Senga with the win today. So that means Clay Holmes pitches tomorrow in the finale. See if they can make St. Louis the cleanest city in the world. But we shall see what happens with that tomorrow. And that's going to be on Channel 11. For that ace. Alright, so the Mets win. Hopefully the Phillies are lost today. They're going to lose tonight. And so it's a pretty good day in New York. 80-degree day. Mets win. Mets win. Mets win. So the Mets go to, I believe, 14-7. First place by a game and a half right now. As of right now, game and a half. And, yeah, so take that, Yankee fans. And that's that. Alright, let's go back to Wrestlemania real quick, which we're about 25 minutes away from the show of shows. Alright, so like I said, Jey Uso is going to become the World Heavyweight Champion over Walter to end his almost 1-year reign as champ. And that's that. Alright, then we go to the Raw Tag Team Champions. We got War Machine, Eric and Ivar. And yes, Valhalla is coming back, but I don't know if she's coming back tonight or she's going to be coming back in the next couple months. That's Sarah Logan for you stupid people at home. So War Machine once again takes on the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so War Machine and the New Day battled out on Monday Night Raw. About a week or so ago, the New Day got the win. And then they tried to Pillmanize, I think it was Ivar's neck. And thankfully Eric was there for the save. So we're going to do this again. We really should be doing this on Raw. That's just my opinion. Because there's 14 matches altogether on Mania Night 1 and 2. So I got that. I'm going to go with the New Day to win. I believe they're 12th or 13th title. It's just like the tag team division on Raw and SmackDown is just boring as fuck as it is. And, that's, all I gotta say about that. So, the New Day will once again become the Raw Tag Team Champions. And that's, all I gotta say about that. Alright, then we get to El Grande Americano. Gracias. Well, he was supposed to take on Rey Mysterio, and it was supposed to be a game time decision, but as I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now, and it was said on the kickoff show, Rey Fenix will take Rey Mysterio's place, so it'll be Rey Fenix versus El Grande Americano. I'm gonna go with Rey Fenix to win his first actual WrestleMania, so I think he's gonna win. We'll probably see, like, the Creed brothers come out. Gonna be a lot of chicanery. But I'm gonna go with Rey Fenix to get the win. And eventually, I think when Rey comes back from his injury, we're gonna get El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. Probably mask versus mask match. And I think Rey Mysterio will win that. And El Grande Americano will demask. And we all know it's Chad Gable. And that's that. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, match number 4, Jade Cargill taking on Naomi. I am very interested in this match. You know, Naomi being the culprit that attacked Jade. We all thought it was Bianca Belair. Obviously it was not. But as we saw last night on SmackDown, Naomi comes out and kind of gets into a little argument with Jade, saying, "Oh, you were just protecting Jade and this and that, blah, blah, blah." And Bianca's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then Jade comes out, tries to go after Naomi, and then Mommy Rhea Ripley gets involved, and then they have a big old brawl right in front of Io, and Io just takes everybody out. But the promos they had, I think it was last week, were great. Naomi's promo where she's like she's like talking dark, like, "Caution," you know, that was great. Jade's promo was great. It's gonna be a great match, but I think in the end, Jade Cargill is gonna pick up the victory at her second WrestleMania, and that's pretty much it. So Jade will defeat Naomi, and that's that. Then we go to the United States title being defended by Eli Drake. That's not an insult. That's a fact of life. He takes on Jacob Fatu. Alright, Jacob winning the number 1 contenders shot. And I'm taking on Eli, who won the belt back from Shinsuke Nakamura. And, Jacob attacking Eli last week and holding out the belt and giving him not 1, not 2, but 3 moonsaults. And then we saw him last night team up with Solo against Eli and Braun Strowman. So that Braun-Jacob feud continues on. But eventually, Eli will have to defend the belt against a tough opponent in Jacob Fatu. I'm going to go with Jacob to win the belt and bring it back to the fake-as-fuck bloodline. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So Jacob Fatu will become the new WWE United States Champion. And we shall see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We got It's Tiffy Time! Daddy! Yes, I got my voice is shot, darling. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. I just want to say, can you wish me luck? I'm fighting that bitch tonight. Well, sunshine, do your best. I still love you. Oh, thanks, Daddy. Okay. Alright. So, Tiffy Tip takes on Horseface Charlotte Flair, who won the Royal Rumble. And this has gotten personal, y'all, as we saw last week, where Tiffy brings up Charlotte's divorces, and Charlotte kind of brought up Marcel Barthel, Tiffany's real-life boyfriend, sliding in her DMs and shit like that. And then we saw last night where Charlotte's like, we're past that now. We're going to have a great match. It's going to get physical. It's going to be a physical, brutal match. I really want Tiffy Tiff to win, but I think they're going to go with Charlotte Flair. So I'm going to go with logic, and I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair to pick up the victory, win belt number 15. So it should be one behind John Cena and her dad for now. And then we'll get to that a little bit later with that. So I'm going to go with Horseface Charlotte Flair to pick up the victory and become the 15-time women's champion. And that's it. Then we get to the main event of night one. Our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, taking on CM Punk with the fake wise man, Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins. It's going to be a great match. This all came about from the Royal Rumble when CM Punk eliminated Rollins and Reigns. And then Rollins stomped Punk, stomped Roman. And then Punk basically stopped Seth Rollins from winning the Elimination Chamber. So, all that came to a head, and then we found out about the favor that Punk wanted from Paul Heyman. He wanted him to be at ringside with him, and he got his main event match. So we had that. Roman's pissed, as well he should be. And that's that. Now, as we saw, Seth Rollins also wants a favor from Paul Heyman, and I think he will get the favor tonight, and that will be that he will turn, Heyman will turn on CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and at the end of the night, I think Seth Rollins will win the match and have Paul Heyman be his new wise man. So we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to go with Seth. I hate going against my tribal chief, but I have to go with logic. So I'm going to go with logic and say Seth freaking Rollins will get the win and be partnered up with the wise man, Paul Heyman, at the end of the night. And Roman will go away for a couple months. He'll be back by SummerSlam. Probably to take on CM Punk one-on-one. And I think Roman will smash CM Punk on either night 1 or night 2. Whether that's for a belt, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so that's night 1. So, let's recap night 1 predictions. Jey Uso to win the World Heavyweight title from Walter. The New Day to become the new Raw World Tag Team Champions after beating War Machine. I have Rey Fenix to beat El Grande Americano. I got Jade Cargill to defeat Naomi. I have Jacob Fatu to become the new United States Champion over Eli Drake. I got Horseface Charlotte Flair to win the SmackDown Women's Championship over Tiffy Tiff. And, like I said before, Seth freaking Rollins to beat CM Punk and Roman Reigns and get the services of Paul Heyman. And that's it. So that's night 1. Now, tomorrow night, we got night 2. And we're going to start off with Io Sky, my third amazingly hot Asian wife. She defends her Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Alright, so Bianca winning, Bianca winning the Elimination Chamber, and went on to face Io, who beat Rhea Ripley, not once, but twice, and then, somehow Rhea gets into the match. We get a triple threat match, and then the chicanery that happens with that. Basically, Bianca and Rhea are not giving two fucks about Io. Io's like, well, you need to remember I'm in the match. I'm the champ, bitch. And she took both women out over the last week or two. I'm crazy. So we get that. As much as I like Io to win this match and get her first WrestleMania win, sadly, I gotta go with Bianca Belair. I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair to get the title back again. I have a feeling they're gonna have Bianca and Jade Cargill by SummerSlam. And that's all I'm gonna go with. So, nice little run for my girl Io, but it's gonna end tomorrow night as Bianca Belair will get the win over Mommy, Rhea Ripley, and my girl Io. And, that's that. Alright, then we go to the women's tag team titles on the line. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on the Lassie Beach from Ireland, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, and, well, it's on the Wikipedia page, it's TBA, but I think we're going to see Bayley. Give me a hug. So we got that. I think we're going to get new tag team champions. I think we're going to get Lyra and Bayley to get the win over them. They're going to get the win. And then face off against Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan, who won today at Stand and Deliver. That match will be on Tuesday night on NXT for the Women's Tag Team Champions. So we've got that. So I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Lyra and Bayley to pick up the win. And they become new Women's Tag Team Champions. And that's that. Alright, then we go to a singles match with the phenomenal AJ. He's got great hair styles. He takes on Logan Small, that bitch. Should be a pretty good match. Not much build to this. It is what it is. Logan taking out AJ on Raw this past Monday night with the Pulverizer. And, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go with AJ Styles to pick up the victory at WrestleMania. And wiping out Logan Paul, that bitch. And, that's pretty much it for that. And we move on. Alright, match number 4. Braun Breaker defending the Intercontinental title against two members of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Dominic Guerrero, that's it. And Pentagon Zero Miedo. This is going to be a great match. Braun took on Pentagon for the title, and then Finn and Dom Dom get involved over the last couple weeks. Braun with that humongous spear of Carlito that, pretty much almost killed him. But we get that. And then, Finn getting a measure of revenge. And then, as we saw this past Monday, Braun took out Finn and Dom to stand tall. Well, that's that. I'm going to go with Dominic Guerrero, S.A. I'm going out on a limb. Eddie, I'm going with your son. Oh, Mr. Joseph, thank you very much, S.A. Picking my son. He's going to win. He's going to lie, cheat, and steal and win the title like I did. Pero, of course, that's right. That's why you won the Intercontinental title and the European title. And in some way, the world title. I didn't do that. No. Okay. So, I'm going to go with Dominic Guerrero, S.A. to pick up the victory. Become, well, not the youngest Intercontinental champion, but he'll win his first, second major WWE title because he was the North American champion. But now he's going to become the Intercontinental champion. And I think eventually he's going to kick Finn out of Judgment Day. And we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to go with Dom Dom to become the new Intercontinental champion. And that's that. Alright, match number 5 on night 2. A Sin City street fight. This is going to be violent. This is going to be brutal. Poppy Priest against Papucho. That's Little Poppy. Drew McIntyre. This is a year in the making after Poppy won the world title thanks to CM Punk by beating Drew. And then beating him again, I think, a couple months after that. And this feud has been going on for a while. Poppy taking out Drew in the Elimination Chamber. Then Poppy putting Drew through real glass in the parking lot. And then Drew getting a little bit of revenge by taking Poppy's chain. And now we got a Sin City street fight. Drew, F-bombs galore to Damian Priest promo. Then they had that big fight at the kickoff show. So this is going to be barbaric. But in the end, I'm going to go with Poppy to win again. And we'll see what happens with that. So Poppy Priest will beat Drew once again. And we move on with that. Alright, match number 6. Randy Orton as Bloodless Voice takes on the ever-popular TBA. Well, Randy has issued an open challenge for anybody in any company, anybody in the crowd, anybody in the back. We don't know who he could face. There are rumors that Rusev and Lana are in Vegas, so we could see the return of Rusev. Rusev smash Lana pussy again. Yeah. So we could see that. There's an outside chance it could be Malachi Black or Aleister Black, but Aleister's going to be debuting on SmackDown. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but if it's Rusev, I'm going to go with Rusev to beat Randy Orton, or Malachi Black to beat Randy Orton. So we'll see what happens with that. So whoever faces Randy, I think will beat him. And I think it's either going to be Rusev or Malachi Black, because I don't know who else it could be. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then the main event for night 2, Cody defending the undisputed WWE title against John Cena, who won the Elimination Chamber. We got that, and the back and forth that's been going on here and there. You know, it feels like Cody's being protected by Triple H. And then we saw this week Cody put Cena down with Crossroads on Raw. Then we saw it last night, even after Cena said, "I don't even need to wrestle you to beat you," so I don't know what that meant. Who knows if The Rock is going to be at Mania tomorrow. He's in Hawaii now, so all he has to do is take a plane to Vegas, and he's there. So who knows if that's going to happen. Who knows if Travis Scott's going to be with him. And what's going to happen after tonight, and what might happen after tomorrow night. So that's that. So I'm going to go with John Cena to win number 17, break Flair's record. I know as a heel it's good, but if it was a face it would suck. But he's going to break Flair's record, become the man. Even though Flair's held the belt for 28 times, but they don't recognize that. So that's that. So I'm going to go with Cena to win number 17 tomorrow, and Cody's almost 1 year reign as champ. And then he goes on from there, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so my final predictions for night 2. I got Bianca Belair to beat Io and Rhea to become the new Raw Women's Champion. I got Lyra and Bayley to beat Liv and Raquel to become the new Women's Tag Team Champions. I got AJ to beat Logan Paul. I got Dominic Guerrero to become the new Intercontinental Champion over Braun Breaker, Pentagon, and Finn Balor. I got Poppy Priest to beat Drew McIntyre in a Sin City Street Fight. I got Rusev or Aleister Black to beat Randy Orton in an open challenge. And in the main event, John Cena to become number 17, beating Cody Rhodes. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so that's my predictions for WrestleMania. WrestleMania is 5 minutes away, so I'm going to go get into that. I might do some shorts if there's something extraordinary that happens tonight. But we'll see what happens with that. Check out my last 2 videos of today, my SmackDown and NXT review. The links will be down below in the gobbledygook later tonight. And that's that. I might be back later tonight with your WrestleMania Night 1 review. And then tomorrow we'll do NXT Stand and Deliver before I go out for my Easter festivities. And then I'm not going to be watching WrestleMania Night 2 live. I'll watch some of the highlights here and there on my phone. And then that's it. And then when I get home, I might watch the replay. And that's that. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy WrestleMania Night 1. Should be a great show. Lots of, twists and turns. We'll see what happens with that. But let's get into it. Let's get into the show of all shows. The greatest time of the year, next to Wrestle Kingdom. And that's WrestleMania 41. Let's get into it, guys. Have a great night. Enjoy WrestleMania. And until next time, if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. Until next time, enjoy WrestleMania, and peace.